Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 6 of season 3 of Stranger Things. The last one, just like every episode up until this point, has just continued to escalate the tension, the situation, and the status of events in the town of Hawkins as we pick up with the team, the kids, joining up with Nancy and Jonathan in their investigation into the Flayed. Joyce and Hopper have kidnapped a Russian scientist and brought him to the conspiracy theorists for translations. And freaking Steve, Dustin, Robin, and Erica are down in this Russian base and have found the portal and the machine that they are using to reopen the portal to the Upside Down. So things are getting pretty nuts. Meanwhile, this Terminator dude is just trying to find Hopper and Joyce. It's getting crazy, man. And now it ended up with Jonathan and Nancy facing off in the hallway of this hospital where her boss and co-workers have massacred a bunch of hospital patients and employees and is now formed into this giant meat monster. So I'd like to figure out where this goes. So we're going to pick up where we left off, guys. So if you're part of the 62% of people that are watching the channel, you're not yet subscribed, or maybe you're tuning in for the very first time, I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy this reaction by the end of this, maybe subscribe, leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to check out the full-length, unedited reaction to this episode, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. You'd also get the same thing at the same tier for all the other shows that we cover here on the channel. You also get access to exclusive movie reactions where you actually get to help us choose what we add to that list every month. We've got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage. I'm trying to make it worth your while since you guys are going out of your way to support the channel. But of course, I know not everyone can do that. And a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it does boost us quite a lot within that YouTube algorithm. That all said and down the way, guys, let's hop into episode 6. Here we go.
The gate.
I don't understand. You've seen this before?
Not exactly.
Then what exactly?
All you need to know is it's bad.
Steve? Where's your Russian friend?
Oh no. Oh no! Dude, I bet any of the scientists are like, the fuck is going on? The fact that no one's, well, I mean, there is sensitive equipment everywhere. I was like, the fact that nobody's shooting is kind of astounding to me.
What are you doing? I won't forget you!
No. Oh my god, that thing's wicked looking. Oh no, Jonathan. 11, you better get your ass down there. Oh no, it can goop under shit. Oh, that's not fair. Oh my god. Yes. Oh. Ooh. God, 11's badass, man. Ugh. It's fucking disgusting. All the big bones can't get through. Yeah, they're not going to be able to follow it. At least he's actually saying what he says. No cherry, no deal. Yeah, he's going to get a Hopper Whopper real quick.
I'm just giving him an opportunity to get...
A opportunity? He really given the handcuff keys?
Escape, but he didn't.
Oh, Hopper, god damn it. Well, damn! I actually thought this was going to play off the other way.
He says he likes strawberry too.
All right. A win for Hopper. They got me. They got me. They got me with that one.
Did you just do all of that in your head?
I'm good with numbers.
Holy shit, you're a nerd.
Get wrecked.
My Little Pony is nerdy, ergo, you, Erica, are a nerd.
Dustin Brony confirmed.
Nerd.
I like that. Somebody finally turned shit around on her. Hell yeah. Oh no.
That one stung.
Who do you work for?
Come on. No, serious.
Aww. Jeez.
And Elle's not stupid. She knows her abilities better than any of us.
Exactly, thank you.
And she is her own person.
Exactly.
With her own free will.
Exactly.
Just trying to demonstrate how careless Max is with Eleven's powers. In fact, how careless all of you are. You're treating her like some kind of machine when she's not a machine. So can we please just come up with a new plan because I love her and I can't lose her again?
What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing. Just family discussion.
That smug ass smirk on Lucas's face.
He calls it the key, and this key emits a great energy. It requires much.
Everybody was right in that conversation, though.
Those houses, like the one you found, they're located near transformers. They're stealing from your town's power grid.
Why build this key here?
They're using this energy to break through a barrier to open a doorway between worlds. It seems this key was only half the equation. Location was the other half.
So maybe what we saw in the beginning was one of these other attempts they tried, and there's like, we need to be at Hawkins.
I will get you there. I will get you to your key.
He says he likes your courage. You remind him of a fat Rambo. It is in an underground fortress designed by the greatest Russian minds, guarded.
He had a bunch of kids end up there, and that's why we're going to get a transition and a cut after this for a little punchline.
Impossible.
And... hey, love it. Art.
Jackpot.
Now, what is all this goo, this acidic goo shit? I have to imagine that whatever this combination of chemicals these creatures have been ingesting has some ties to whatever this is that powers this key.
Hey, Dustin.
Yeah.
Why do they...
Big.
Why do they have cages? Okay, do they have some, or are they opening this gate to weaponize demogorgons?
Hey, would you stop yelling?
Steve! Oh my god. Did you see those scissors? Yeah, well, I think that if we move at the same time, we could get over there, and then maybe I could kick the table and knock them into your lap. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit! This is gonna work! Okay.
Someone's gonna come in and scoot them right back in place. Oh. Okay, or not.
I feel like my whole life has been one big error.
Yep. You know, I wish I had known you in Click's class. Maybe you could help me pass the class. Maybe instead of being here, I'd be on my way to college right now.
And I would be happily slinging ice cream with some other schmuck.
This is really fucking cute, man.
Being your schmuck. It was fun while it lasted.
What? Is it truth serum?
Okay. Wait.
Or what is it?
It will help you talk.
Yeah, okay.
He wants us to find him.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
It's a
If we
bait.
go to Billy, then the rest of the flayed know where we are.
I know. We can't go to Billy. But I think there's another way. Can you hear me? I want to see. I want to see what happened.
Mike was right. What? Oh no. She's seeing. Ooh, whoa. What the hell? What the hell's that?
I'm okay.
Oh, she in California? Oh, shit. Yeah, that'd be it. It's, this Mind Flayer's storm.
I got this number from Dr. Sam Owens.
What is your identification code?
Antique chariot.
Listen,
Tell Owens that the Ruskies are opening the gate.
now he'll know what that means. Not about the Ruskies, but about the gate. But I need backup, a lot of backup. Have him call me back here at 618-625-8313. Your message will be relayed.
Honestly, I don't really feel anything. Do you?
I mean, I feel fine. I feel normal.
Yeah, I feel fine.
How did you find us?
Totally by accident.
I bet weird.
Hey, see, hey, whoa, wait, no, wait.
There was a code, we heard a code!
Code. What code?
It was by accident.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Something's happening. But I have a feeling it's Dustin. Yep.
Get ready to run.
Dude, badass. So are they like tucking him away in a memory? Like why, what's relevant about this memory that helps the Flayer? There it is. That's what I was waiting on. That answers my questions about what we saw before. The eye of the storm.
I think I found it. The source.
Where, El? Where are you?
This is gonna backfire somehow. Okay. We're not. Well, where is everybody?
He can't hear you.
You shouldn't have looked for me. Because now I see you. Now we can all see you.
Mike warned him, man. Oh no.
You let us in, and now you are going to have to let us stay. All this time, we've been building it. We've been building it for you.
What? The army? Oh no, wow. He's taking them all. Well, there goes Heather. Oh wow. Damn, dude. God. See, you know, they weren't wrong. You know, Max wasn't wrong to like tell, you know, go down that road with 11 and all that stuff. You know, everybody was kind of right in their own mind, but they were definitely playing like into Mike a little too much. And like Mike was 100% like coming from a place that made sense. He was trying to protect her. And sure, 11 has these gifts and knows them very well, but she doesn't know the limits either. She doesn't know what they're up against. Like, they're not playing it safe. And I know they don't really need to at this point, but there's nothing wrong at all with what Mike is doing in this situation. The lying shit and the stuff from before, yeah, and he knows he was wrong in that situation, and that's been addressed, but people need to fucking chill out. Like, those looks Max were giving me would just made me want to just like, it was just like so frustrating. Like, come on. It was like nobody like respect or care where he's coming from at all. I don't know. It was getting annoying at that point. Like, I was all on board for it up until this episode for a hot minute. Or at least after the little outburst in the kitchen where they were all kind of like, building up these things, which made him kind of talk, like express and actually open up about why he's doing what he's doing, that he loves her. He doesn't want to lose her again. He's gone through all this stuff. And all this whatnot. And that everybody's just like willy-nilly using her powers. She has been using them a lot. And I was thinking, like, every time she uses her powers, she has these nosebleeds, and we don't know the negative effects of that. She was in a lab for all of her life up until that point. So, like, she doesn't know her boundaries. They're doing stuff as simple as just, like, spying on people, like, just for fun. And, she spent a whole year, trying to connect to Mike and stuff. We don't know what happens. And, like, he's not wrong to worry that pushing herself and using her powers, which she's been doing, like, most of that day, isn't going to be an issue. Like, look at all the blood on those tissues. That's blood loss regardless. And it is coming from a very sensitive area. And it's just like, they're not worried about it, man. Nobody's worried about it. Not even 11's not worried about it. Nobody else seems to be worrying about it except for Mike. And like, I 100% sympathize with all of that. Everything with Dustin and Erica, that whole bit was hilarious. Like, her whole, like, reason she ostracizes her brother and all that stuff is, like, predicated on, I guess, her own nerdisms that she's been hiding. Kind of like Steve and his, like, preconceptions about burying these things and, like, focusing on these things that are superficial to not be labeled something that society at this time doesn't really haven't held up in a good light. And like Dustin, like paralleling all these little things, pulling them out and just kind of putting her putting her in her place in a little bit, because she's kind of been like their little antagonist for a long time, even especially from what we saw with how she deals with Lucas and their situations. But wow, she's just a secret closet nerd, and she's been putting it out there and bringing others down to bury her, to stave off and like drive people away from learning the truth about her, I feel like. But yeah, man, they're quite the little duo, just like with Robin and Steve. And then this truth serum coming out, and their whole little like we're about to die at these Russians thing where they're talking about their past and values, and then of course the truth serum being injected into them. I really like them, and I'm wondering where they're going to go with that, if they're setting that up to be like a thing. But I think Dustin's been like barking up that tree this whole time, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I think the way they're setting it up is really cute. Hopper and Joyce and them kind of getting the translations out of this guy and calling, Owen's people to see if they can get some backup is interesting. But of course, 11 has touched base with the flare, and it was so easy. Like, it's been able to hide itself and keep itself under wraps this whole time. It just had to have been suspicious for Billy to just suddenly be there and available for reach, and then to allow 11 to dive in. Because this thing is psychic as well. It has its own abilities just as well. So, like, it was a trap. They've touched minds now. This thing has been trying to find 11 and is building this army and all this stuff for 11 to take her out. Because really, realistically at this point, like, she was the key to getting them in. And once that door's been opened, they just want to consume more. Which makes me wonder, like, if they originated in the Upside Down to begin with. Because it's really just a flip side of our reality. And it just makes me wonder if it was a parallel universe, maybe this infestation came from elsewhere. and maybe that it had already conquered that world and wants to move on to ours, or it's just, you know, that like it was set up prior to that, this thing just exists there in that opposite world without humanity. There are these creatures instead. But how are those buildings built then? Like, how are there these towns, these places? It had to have been destroyed. It had to have been built by something, or it was created as like a mirror of our world after our world was in place. Right? It would have to be. So, like, it's just like there was like an upside down Hopper and all of them at some point or whatnot, and this being has to have taken it over. At least that's my speculation, my theory on it, because like I said, you know, something had to have built those destroyed surfaces there, unless the upside down was created itself at some point after civilization had already been, because why would it reflect all of that? Unless what our influence on our world creates influences on that world. But that would have been prior to the gate being discovered. I'm going down to like a rabbit hole there that probably the show never intended to go down. But yeah, we got a lot of information in this episode. And this thing has absorbed enough people, I guess, as enough people as it needs, I guess, at this point in time to feel like it's ready to take out the one and only threat that it has here. See, when she looked at the rainbow, the Lucky Charms, and then thought about the rainbow and what her mom told her, I thought it was going to take her to her sister, and maybe she was going to call in her sister to be like, you know, help them with that, because she has illusions. She would create, they'd be able to trick this thing easily with the assistance of other people with these enhanced abilities. See, I thought that's what that was the connection I was making there, but it was like, no, it was reminding her of her ability to jump into her mom's mind and experience her memories, which is what she did to Billy, which is what led the Mind Flayer to trap her. And we got a little bit of a speed run on some Billy sympathy in this episode. We got a little bit of a taste of it, though, like I said before, with what we were presented in that scene where we saw him face to face with his father in his bedroom, at that point, we didn't know if the father has just been putting up with Billy's shit for way too long and he's just kind of getting frustrated, or if that is the reason that Billy is the way he is. This gives us the answer, as we see way farther back, just a loving little kid just doing his thing, and has kind of ended up taking the brunt of all of his father's frustrations, as he seems to be a paranoid, angry man. And that his sensibilities have been pushed onto him. Though they still do seem to be kind of shying away from like the subtext of the things and the reasons he wanted Max to stay away from Lucas. Seems like they're maybe trying to make us forget about that altogether. Or maybe they didn't intend for that to come through that way. But it definitely did. So it just makes me wonder if they're just trying to like soft retcon that a little bit, or if that was just completely lost on them when they wrote the show and performed the show and stuff like that, that it could be read that way. But I don't know, because that's one thing. Like, you can sympathize him all you want with like the backstory, the relationship with his father, but that's still like one thing like you gotta address if that was going to be the other way around. But I don't know. We'll see where it goes, man. We'll see where it goes, but shit's getting real, man. There's a Dustin full on went back for Steve. It was like, we can't leave our man behind. Especially after Erica was like, it's going to take us like forever to get out of here at this rate. But yeah, they found that storage room with all that acidic goo that powers their machine and just dumped it all, tore a hole through their facility as it ate away as a distraction. Perfect timing too, after Steve was just like, you know, truth dumping everybody's name and what was going to happen once Dustin gets out and all this stuff. But it's a false threat if they can't get out of there after this, because Dustin will have not actually got to anybody. But yeah, man, that's badass. creates a distraction. They use that cattle prod to get through everybody. It's like, so hopefully they can get out of there, man. That's all I ask, man. This was a fun episode. Man. Crazy, crazy stuff. I'm so worried about 11, though. I mean, I know nothing's going to happen to her, but, like, still, somebody's got to look out for her. And, like, there's got to be bounds to what she does. She's got to limit herself somewhat for her own safety and everybody else's now, because even so, the Mind Flayer now knows where they are, and is, by doing what she did, she put everybody around her in danger. Like, it's just exactly what Mike was worried about happening. Not to mention the immense amount of blood loss that would have happened over these last few days, especially this whole, like, day of, scanning sessions. It's crazy, man. I'm loving it, though. I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Especially with everything with the Hopper, Joyce, and the Russian dude that they captured. It was a lot of fun stuff, dude. I am enjoying the shit out of this season, man. But that's all I got for this one, guys. We'll be back next week for the next 2 episodes, the final 2 episodes of this season. So tune in, stick around, and let me know your thoughts on this one down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We could talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials are down below. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this, remember it's on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Mandy Scher, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Nate Prouty, and Melita. Thank you guys, as always, for your continued support. That's it for this one, and I'll see you all next week with the final 2 episodes of Season 3, and we will finally be caught up in time for Season 4. That's it, guys. I'll see you all then. Take care, everybody.